Hey guys, you're listening to The Golden Ticket. I'm Reese Sanders, and I'm here with
Isaiah Dunn.
And Jimmy Collins.
Man, Jimmy Collins.
And we're so excited that you...
Do you want to go?
Hey guys. No.
3, 2, 1.
Hey.
This shouldn't be that hard.
Hi guys, my name is Reese Sanders, and I'm here with...
Hey.
Providing a platform for students and student athletes across the country. Catch every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
And add me on Kick.
Let's get into it.
All right, I think that's good. I'll cut it. I think I'll make it funny because we have to.
So pretty much, we'd like to start it off. You basically tell us your entire life story.
Okay. For real? Like right now?
Maybe like a
Like
short.
your deepest, darkest secrets.
Yeah.
Oof.
Anything out of...
Like all of it.
I don't want to lose my
Just-
fan base.
No, you're good. Just your background.
Okay. All right. Well, my name's Dara Mabrey. I graduated from Notre Dame last year, 2022 and 2023. I did 5 years of school, so I used my COVID year because I had that extra year of eligibility. I did go to Virginia Tech for 2 years, and then I transferred into Notre Dame. I've had 2 other sisters come through Notre Dame as women's basketball players. My sister Marina, she is in the WNBA now. She won the national championship in that 2018 group with the buzzer beater, which was pretty cool. And then my older sister also played and is now our assistant coach. So she got to coach me for 3 years, which is pretty cool. Got my undergrad in film and television. I do have aspirations to broadcast later on when the ball stops bouncing. And I got my master's in nonprofit in Mendoza, which is pretty cool. I did blow out my knee pretty bad last year, so I was supposed to be playing now, but life took an unexpected turn, and I'm about 1 year out. We can get into the injury later on, some pretty cool stuff to talk about there. And I come from a really big family. I'm from the Jersey Shore. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, so there's 5 of us. My parents were triathletes, very competitive, fun household, and I live right by the beach, so growing up is really fun. So yeah,
Wow.
there's my life.
That
in a
was
nutshell.
really, really impressive. And you got it all. How many times have you done that?
And cut like right
Yeah,
after the
yeah.
life story. Honestly, a couple.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Question. You said Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
So are you close to...
Yes.
Obviously, Kylie's your teammate,
No,
but...
I'm not close to her.
No, not close with her. I'm saying like where you guys lived.
No, yeah, I know.
It was close?
I'm not close with her. Like, I don't like her. I hope she watches.
Well, that's
it.
going to be our next episode
She
with both of them on.
She's very south and west, so like she's like borderline Philly. And I'm about like, have you seen the show? Jersey
Some
Shore?
of it.
Some of it. I'm like 30 minutes north of there.
Okay.
So I'm literally on the coast, on the shore, and like to explain the Jersey Shore, it's basically 26 towns that are no longer than like 2 miles long. So it's like a bunch of pinpoints like all along the coast, and that is like the shore points of Jersey. So she's like that
So,
way, and like
is
we
that-
don't really claim
Is
her.
that bad? Is that...
Yeah, like
you don't wanna be
we
south?
don't claim her.
There's beef? Okay, I can feel the tension.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Like
makes
Central
sense.
Jersey is a thing.
Okay.
So like when you tell someone like what part of Jersey are you, or when someone asks you what part of Jersey are you from, and you say Central Jersey, like the real Jersey people are gonna be like, oh, okay, got you. But like people like other people would be like, Central Jersey's not a thing. Like it is.
It is a thing.
Yeah, I just need to put that on. the
Okay.
podcast.
So if I was from Jersey and I said, oh, I'm South Jersey, you'd look at me with...
No, I wouldn't look at you crazy at all. I just look at like Kylie crazy.
Oh, okay.
That's Kylie.
That makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm putting 2 to do that.
I just don't associate with anything that girl does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that, honestly.
Yeah.
She's just a big...
Can this
big-
podcast be like grilling Kylie?
Just a
Watson?
diss.
Because I would love to be a part of this every time.
This is be fantastic, actually. I'm going to make sure she sees all of this. But
So have you ever ran into the Jersey Shorecast?
Yeah, all the
Ever?
time, actually.
Actually?
Yeah. So growing up, we
Oh,
played
that's
at this
funny.
park. Yeah, it's interesting because like there's just like so like regular, casual like Jersey people. I played at this park growing up all the time. Why are you guys laughing?
good.
Is everything good over there?
Yeah.
Jimmy?
I just don't know anything about the
Just
show.
so you know, they
like,
Oh my
just
god.
so you know, they do this all the time.
no,
They just,
we're not
like,
doing any.
So, like,
I'm
I
you
start-
converse on the side.
I start
No.
to talk, and they're like,
no, I was just like communicating to him that I don't know anything about the show. Like I've heard of it, I just haven't seen it. So
Jimmy, speak up over there. We can tell you about the Jersey Shore. I don't know, like just knowing you for like 10 minutes, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like it or fit in whatsoever.
Fair.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
fair.
that's so
That's just a
funny.
cup of tea.
Wait, okay, so the park.
Yeah. Okay, so I played at a park growing up, and JWoww was always there playing tennis like,
JWoww.
with her family. And she would like if you walked by, like she would always smile, like, "What are you talking about?"
I'm explaining this show. I'm explaining this show.
God.
I'm explaining this show to Jimmy.
You compared it to Dance
Explain
Moms.
it.
I was trying
Go
to.
ahead. Well, like people watching might not know.
You can explain.
You're right,
You do better than
you're
me. You
right,
do better
you're
than me. I
right.
want you to explain it. I don't want to mess it up. You got it.
No, I want to see like your like. I want to.
She wants to know what you see.
your perception of.
I've watched very little amount of it, but it's like reality TV, so I compare it to other.
Reality TV.
Bro, come on, let's go.
You know,
Like, what do you
I'm-
think of it?
basically.
He's a very slow thinker.
Like,
Get
know
to
nothing.
Have you seen South Park?
Get out. That's not the first comparison you're making.
That's
Come
the
on.
similarity.
No.
So he told me that it's like Dance
It's
Moms.
like a bunch of moms.
So
Right? No.
No,
It's the wrong show.
Oh.
What is it?
no.
That's really awkward.
These people from like around
This is
Jersey
like-
go to the one house. They like meet,
Yeah,
and then they go to the clubs, and they're like really funny and crazy, and they have a lot of drama.
which is New Jersey too.
Yeah, and they go to the
Okay,
beach,
that's
and they don't have
You're right about one thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
see,
the
hey,
jobs
I
that they
got- I
have. They
do
have
the
to
Dance
work at the
Moms.
shop,
Dance-
and
That's also
Yeah.
New Jersey
that's
though.
like the
Now is that South
that's how they can
Jersey?
stay in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, so it's a house and it's basically a summer vacation house, but it's reality TV, so it's all drama.
Yeah.
Like, and it's guys and girls. Some of them date,
Yeah,
so some drama like occurs there, but
Exactly.
mostly like, all of them are best friends, and it's basically just like
Like too hot to handle in Jersey.
Jersey Shore. No,
no, except
Bro.
Gosh, terrible,
Still
dude.
not the
can
same thing.
okay. So you went to
You're
this
over to
park.
it now.
So I
and-
think you're right. I don't think I would like that show. But
All right, I'm glad we got
I'm not
there.
a huge reality TV.
Glad we got there.
I could have guessed that.
But yeah, it's Jersey Shore vibes. It's like they say. I'm pretty sure their motto is like gym tan party or like gym tan club, something like that, and they just like get trashed every weekend. And
Mm.
It's
all
pretty
this
funny.
drama and
Would you audition for it?
absolutely not.
No, not your.
I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if it's a thing to like look like you're from Jersey, but if like someone were to describe like a girl that looks like she's from Jersey, they'd probably like describe the Snooki puff, where like she ties her hair back and pushes it up, so it's like a big bump. You'd be like super duper tan.
Yeah.
See, this is why I said South Park, because they had an episode on it.
About Jersey Shore.
Yes. That's why I was just trying to explain to Jimmy to go
Okay.
through not literally South Park, but the episode on it. They had a
Oh,
whole episode.
like so he would understand.
Yes, I was trying to get through to
Okay,
Jimmy
okay.
before I was rudely interrupted. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna let that one go. But just wanted to put that out there. I was
Well,
going somewhere with it.
You said a lot of interesting things in your intro, so let's go back. Let's get away from Jersey, even though I'm really glad we got there.
thanks, leader.
Anyways, I think so. You come from. There's 5 of you.
Mhm.
I also come from a family of 5, but you said 3. So 3 of you have gone through Notre Dame.
Yes.
Oh wow. So with like were you guys really competitive as
said
sisters?
that.
She said that.
Yep.
I know, but like, what did you say? They were in the same.
Chill on her.
You know what? Go ahead, Jimmy. What
Okay.
do you have to say?
I would like to know more about your. I would like to know more about your transition from Virginia Tech to Notre
Oh
Dame.
wow, we're taking a serious route now.
Great question, Jimmy.
Okay, Jimmy, the energy. Okay.
I love that.
My transition from Virginia Tech to Notre Dame.
Mhm.
Whew, okay. Obviously 2 completely different universities or institutions, sorry. Same shit, basically. Okay. Virginia Tech is more like state school vibes.
What state school vibes?
A ton of people. When you like walk, like the smallest things is like walking to class, like the sidewalk is flooded with
Mhm.
people. That's one of like the biggest differences I know. Like my first day here, I was like, oh my gosh, like you can definitely tell the difference between the attendance rate. Football is different in terms of like the traditions of football here and there. I would say
Is Enter Sandman like the coolest thing you've ever seen?
it was so cool. Like I still get chills watching it like on the TV now.
Wait, what did you
Everybody jumps.
They do this thing at Virginia Tech where like they play the song before when Virginia Tech's like walking from their locker room to the tunnel, and then they run out to the field, and like everyone jumps up and down.
It's
Oh.
their entrance. It's so
Yeah,
cool.
it's
It's the
crazy.
song Enter Sandman. It's Metallica, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Have you played there yet? You probably just. Oh no, you guys played there 2 years ago. You're going to be a sophomore. Yes. No, you're going to be a junior.
Did we play that?
I don't think they.
That was 3 years ago.
Are you asking us where you played?
Yeah, it was 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
It was-
3 years ago? Okay, yeah.
Or no, that would have been 2 years ago. My freshman year. Yeah. She's right.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so it's
I was
different.
She's right.
Okay, yeah, that academics are a lot different. I would say in my major at Virginia Tech, I was multimedia journalism,
Okay.
and there, like that major is a lot of like hands-on stuff. Like we would be doing something like this for class, whereas like Notre Dame's FTT is a lot of history on TV and diving into like different traditional like studying,
Yeah.
whereas like Virginia Tech was more like hands-on of the work like that you want to pursue, and then Notre Dame is like they give you those opportunities through other things, so like through FIM, through NDTV, like that kind of thing. The majors were
Have you enjoyed
different
which ones
routes.
have you enjoyed more? Would you rather?
I
do the
liked
hands-on
both of
stuff?
them. It's like a difficult question because I did only do 2 years there. So like your first year you have to take all the
Basic stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like kind of your sophomore year too. But I did take like different classes there that were cool. I know I took a photography class that I like borderline failed. Like it was really bad. Yeah, I was like borderline embarrassing. No one wanted to be my partner.
Sorry, I'm not good at taking pictures either.
It was awful.
Photography.
Yeah. Well, like you have to do all like that jazzy stuff that I don't know how
It's,
Yeah.
to do.
it's probably a lot. Like
Probably like a lot
have
of
you ever
editing stuff.
taken, Yeah.
Mhm. I
Sounds
also
like-
Art
like,
classes
didn't
are
own a
tricky.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you-
I had to like do
You're
all
set
that
back from
shit,
the
like-
jump.
Yeah, like you rent out equipment, which is just a pain. Yeah. But here, I think one of the classes that I enjoyed the most was Ted Mandela's
Yep.
documentary class.
Yeah. I'm taking that next semester.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was like it's interesting and cool because you like, I mean, I had like teammates as my group members, but there was also one person that wasn't a part of that, and like because the work is so hands on and like intimate, like you have to go like record stuff together that's like personal,
Yeah.
which was cool. So that kind of like describes a class at Notre Dame, I would say. A bunch of like building a bunch of relationships that you would never guess like in the classroom, which is so cool. Something I appreciate a lot about Notre Dame, which is also different, like because in the academic setting, like at a state school, there's like that doesn't really happen as much as it does here. Also because there's way more people, like the classes are huge, and I think like in Ted's class there was only 12 of us,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
more intimate settings.
Cool. So
we're all in Ted's class right now. It's the
Which one?
We were. We just
Televised storytelling?
Yeah, televised.
Oh, that's
storytelling.
cool.
It was really cool. We were in front of a prompter and everything. We acted out.
Oh, you did it? Oh,
Mhm.
that's so cool.
But-
Did you? That teleprompter is really difficult, right?
Yes, and we would
You can
all
mess
change
that up
roles.
so
So one
easily.
week I'd be a prompter, one week I'd be reading off the prompter,
Oh,
one
no.
week I was camera. It's really fun though, depending
Yeah.
on what job you were doing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but,
it was
or
fun.
who was prompting you.
It all kind of just depends on who's scrolling the teleprompter. Because sometimes some people just go super fast. and
Is
then-
that like a? Are you just describing Isaiah?
No. I think he was my teleprompter.
I
He
was
great.
fantastic.
Yeah.
First of all,
Seriously?
I was so good at. The
Wait, that's impressive because that shit is really.
She said I did
hard.
really well.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. So just want to.
Everybody applaud him.
I appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
Do you want
I
a
could-
gold star?
We could actually
Everybody
take. Can we do
boost
another
that
one?
ego.
Can we do another round of applause?
Boost that male ego.
We just
Why?
thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
Future teleprompter.
Wait, but that's like like someone's job actually,
Yeah, I know.
like every day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it is hard.
It's gonna be
For
his.
sure. I think it was honestly the only reason why I did well is because Jimmy was reading it and he did a really good job of keeping a good
Wow.
pace. So I'm gonna give
Okay,
all the credit
so
to Jimmy. On
Do you
that
guys
one.
just want to get out of here?
Okay, never mind.
All right.
Anyways, fun class. So I agree with Ted Mendel. Great guy.
One of my all-time
Great
faves.
Okay, so we got into that.
Okay.
Now let's get into like the question that Jimmy originally asked, which was the transition, which you were talking about state schools
Okay,
and the
yeah.
differences.
I would say I had a really easy transition because I mean COVID really sucked. Like that was so weird, especially like coming into a new team and like with a really big leadership role, like not even being able to like high five each other like as much. Like it was really hard to like build a team and build a new culture like with a new head coach with like such a wall in your way basically. Like even like time off the court with your teammates is really, really important because it translates onto the court in terms of just like getting to know each other and knowing like that, like how to lead people. For me, like not everybody's the same. And like, I can't figure out personalities and stuff like, cause time together is limited. So that was pretty difficult. But like on the other side of things, I've been coming to Notre Dame since I was 11. So like my coaching staff has known me since I was like this big.
Mhm.
So that part of the transition was really easy because it just felt like family right away. Like my sister is my assistant coach.
Right.
So like that part was super easy.
Yeah.
And what else? I was playing with like some of my friends that I knew forever. Like Nat has been one of my best friends since I was 14.
Yeah.
So like I had some teammates that I really, really knew on the brighter side of things.
Right.
But that first year was a difficult year. The fuck? Cut that. Oh my God. Yeah, that first year was difficult. It wasn't the best, like from top to bottom, but I learned so much from that year. Like that I'll take with me forever, like in terms of leadership and stuff.
Right.
So
We've talked about leadership on our podcast before with
Yeah.
softball players. How did you figure that out?
it was hard. We had some different personalities. A lot
Clashing?
of us, yeah.
Yeah.
There was different groups. There was people that were hurt about playing time that
Yeah.
let that leak into the like culture of
Right.
of the program.
Yeah.
Which is why like I have to create. What the fuck? What? Pre-edit? The fuck am I talking about?
No, it's
Jimmy, you're gonna have
okay.
a fucking tough job after this. Oh my God. Guys, this is very unbroadcaster of me.
You should listen to the pod and hear me speak. You're good. I keep it in. Yeah.
That is so crazy. Okay, yeah, I have to credit Neil because her first year was difficult and she did an amazing job. Like in terms of, there's so much behind that record from the first year to the second to the third. Like so much that went on that people didn't see about, and like what she had to figure out, like as a brand new head coach in that culture and during COVID.
Yeah.
Leadership is no joke. Like people think that it's easy and it's not. Like I had to have so many difficult conversations. I had to tell somebody to leave the gym multiple times.
Wow.
Like, and being a leader is, I'd say the hardest part about being a leader is you have to demand like a standard of excellence out of somebody.
Yeah.
And then you have to get your ass on the court and you better
You
do
do the
it.
same.
You know,
Yeah.
like if you tell somebody don't get beat left, you better make sure that your
You're
ass
not
is out
getting
there.
beat left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's like it builds like a confidence in you because like if you have that confidence in yourself or like you're going to do it, you're going to come to the gym every single day
Right.
and do what's expected of you,
Mhm.
whether you perform like shit or you have the best practice game of your life.
Yeah.
People will trust in what you're trying to build.
Yeah.
And I think that once, we started transitioning and people really started to believe and trust in what I was trying to do, like
Yeah.
as the leader, it was hard sometimes, but like at the end of the day, if you understand the collective goal of
Yeah.
the team and what it's going to take to get there, then people will be on board
Right.
and buy in, even when it gets like super, super hard.
Right. And how does that affect, sorry, I know you're about to say something. How does that affect like the,
No, just shut your mouth. Seriously.
how does that affect like the relationships? Because I know you want to be friends with them too and you want to like
Yeah.
be happy. So like when you're telling someone, hey, leave the
Mhm.
gym, does that affect it at like after the practice or, you know, off the court?
Yeah, I mean, but that's the hard part about being a leader is that like you can't care if they're gonna like you after.
Yeah.
Like when we're on the court, it's business, and if you're not doing something that we need you to do, like
Yeah.
and like I said before, like on the podcast, not everybody can be led the same. Like
Yeah.
I can go up to somebody and chew them out and
Yeah.
and be like, "What are you doing? You need to do
Right.
this, and that," and they'll be like, "I got you, okay."
Yeah.
And then like other people might need to, you know, be pulled aside alone
Yeah.
and say like, hey, like I need you to do this, like I need you to be better for
Yeah.
us, like in
Yeah.
this area. And
Yeah.
like wording is very important in leadership. It's a we thing. It's never a you thing or a I thing, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to understand that not everybody can do it. And as a leader, if your goal is to be liked, you shouldn't be a leader because it's too difficult. Like in the heat of the moment, we want to fucking win.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing what it takes to win, then you might need to be told in a not so easy way.
Yeah.
But I think when you say being friends, I've known that like my real friends in basketball, like out of basketball, whatever it is, you can have difficult conversations and you can go through adversity together. And if the underlying foundation is like true and there's real love involved,
Yeah.
then after it's not going to matter. Like one instance I remember, I think I yelled at Olivia like pretty bad. Like I was like, even after I was like, oh shit, like I gotta go talk to her after, you know? But after she came up to me, like after practice and was like, I love you so much. Like, thank you, blah, 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 this and that. And I was like, okay, like I'm doing my job as a leader because it was hard. It's not easy to choose somebody out, like, especially if it's your best friend.
Right.
Like, but if you have that foundation, things are so easy. Like you won't hesitate anymore to say like, hey, I need this out of you. And that's why my teammates were such good teammates. Like I loved them so much because even if I needed like a little like kick in the ass, like, hey, I need you, like, you know, like one instance was Maddie. One time I wasn't in help like 2 times in a row. And like, that's unlikely, like for your leader to make a mistake, not only that time, but 2 times in a row. And Maddie was like, that's you. Like, you need to go get help. That's you. And I was like, I got you. Like my ass was in help that next possession.
Yeah.
So yeah, leadership is pretty cool once you like get into it.
I think it's really important what you said, that leadership is different with different people, how you go about it. I think the most important thing about that is spending time with these people, because that's how you know how you should go about it with each person.
Yeah.
Whether you should be hard-headed with the ones you know you can be, or
Exactly.
maybe be more patient with somebody else that will pick themselves up. But with leadership, it's hard to really teach that in someone. Maybe you had someone that taught you it, or you've always had it. Do you have someone in mind that maybe you growing up,
so true,
that was your leader, or they taught you how to go about this?
That's
Nice
no, you
day.
just said, that was so good. Yeah. My sister, Marina, she is a dog, like the ultimate competitor. Her leadership style was a little different in terms of she delivered it one way. And it was never the nice way. But the good thing about her was I always noticed like she could chew her teammates out, but like she was going to go so hard for you. Like she wanted one thing, and that was to win. And she made that like so evident that everyone trusted in what she was doing. And I would say like they always listened to what she was saying and not how she was saying it, which is why like, and she was surrounded by superstars, you know, everybody that wanted to score points, everybody that wanted the ball, like as they should. That's why they were so good. But like that team and how she led them, like it was so cool to see the stuff that she did. And it's cool because I like hear the stories like from our coaches and stuff and like our support staff of like Marina moments. And it's funny because they would be like, sometimes I would do something and they'd be like, oh my God, you look just like Marina. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. But she is such a good leader. And like throughout high school, I played with her for 1 year, and everything that she did with our team, she like it transitioned to Notre Dame, and that's what made her such a good leader. So yeah, I credit her. I would say when I think of leadership, I learned a lot from her.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Those hard conversations make you closer too. Those are the conversations that once you get over that little bump with somebody, you're tight.
Yeah.
You can talk about anything at that point.
Yeah, exactly. And like then all the adversity that you might run into like later on, it's like not as bad. I feel like you always like when you have a difficult conversation, nobody looks forward to it, and like before it, you're like, oh my god, what am I
Yep.
gonna say? And then after,
Feels
you're
so
like,
nice.
so easy,
Like relief, like weights off your
Yes,
shoulders.
yeah,
You need to have those
yeah,
hard talks. It's real love. Like that's what.
yeah. Do you have somebody like on the football team now that you've learned a lot from?
Oh, for sure. A few people. There's different ways, like you said, how people can be leaders. Not
Yeah.
just necessarily doing it with different people, but personality-wise. We have Ben Morrison, who is a faith leader. He won't necessarily scream at you or yell at you, but he shows him by his character off the field and how you should.
Like by example.
By example. He's more of an
Yeah.
example leader.
Mhm.
Where you have J-Mick, on the other example, will rip your ass off and scream.
Verbal leader.
Verbal scream.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know it's out of love. There's been so many instances where he's yelling at me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"You're right," and
Yeah.
love you, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I
It's
no,
what
I do,
they
like-
say. It's never how
and
they
it helps.
say it.
It truly helps.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, all right, because I do want. Half of me is listening to him. Half of me wants him to shut up. So I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go do this now because I can't.
Yeah.
I can't keep hearing
You can
you.
stop talking.
I can't. But it makes you. It's like a standard, like you said.
That's also like your brothers.
Right.
Like you want to go so hard for
So
them.
hard.
Like I feel guilty. Like if I'm not
Absolutely.
giving it my all or like I'm doing something wrong, like I keep fucking up. Like
Absolutely.
absolutely not.
And
Yeah.
how you said your sister, my mom is a
Mhm.
huge leader of mine. Where if I'm playing horrible, she's gonna be the first one there for me, but she's also not gonna bait me. She's gonna say it how it is.
Yeah.
And she's on like she's on my neck. But I appreciate it though, because ever since I was little, she's been like that, and it's helped so much because it gives you a balance of not getting too confident when you're playing high and not getting too low if you're playing down.
Yeah.
It's like the in between. Whereas
That's really
try
important.
to, like if I was playing well, she'd be like, "You're not all that. Like chill out. Like don't think you're some hot shot."
For
If I was
sure.
down on myself, she's like, "Remember what you can do."
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean, to pick you back up. And I think that's so important to have
Yeah.
those people. And there's
It
so
is
many
so
other
important.
people. We had Cam Hart, who was an incredible leader. He was kind of a mix of he'd get on you, but he'd also
Yeah.
show by example. And it's just people have these gifts, and it's cool to see them how they go about using them. But there's unique leaders. Sound like you're one of them, even though you're not going to probably say it. That can adjust with different people. Maybe yell at them one time or show by example in another, which is pretty rare. And that's why I asked that question about your sister. And that's
Yeah.
really awesome. I hope she is able to hear this.
Veronica
Nice.
probably
Dang.
saw some of that with Alex for sure. You should ask her.
That's
Be like,
too
hey,
funny.
what was Marina like? She's like, oh, tell you stories.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
But you guys have another question? Otherwise, I'll go.
What are you getting at Chick-fil-A after this?
Okay. All right. I go back and forth.
Wait, I want to know everyone's order.
Okay.
Jimmy over there.
I've been-
do you walk in.
I've been trying.
Do you-
I've been trying to stay a little bit healthier, so I get
okay.
the grilled nuggets
Okay.
instead of the fried.
Oh no.
But it's healthier. It's healthier.
I know,
guys.
but,
I know.
Like,
I know.
would you rather it
Hold on.
taste good?
Hold on. It does. This is how I make it. Hold on.
What's the point?
Hold
It's
on.
not. Are you going to say
Hold
that
on.
you drown it in sauce? Because that's not healthy if you drown it. So you might as well get the fried.
Hold on. I didn't say anything yet.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I drown it in sauce, but it's Polynesian sauce and it's so good.
It is.
It's
It's
so good.
sweet.
It's Polynesian sauce. Makes it so good. But yeah, I get the grilled.
Okay, so
12
grilled nuggets,
piece grilled
12.
chicken nuggets, medium fries. We don't eat all the fries. Medium.
You don't eat all of them.
I do eat all. I eat
Oh,
all
you
medium,
do.
but I don't want to.
He doesn't
Overload
need a
on fries.
large, I guess.
I would, but I don't want to overload on the fried food.
Drink.
I mean,
I get the mixed Sunjoy,
food is
lemonade,
The
and,
what?
the Sunjoy, the lemonade and iced tea. They call it Sunjoy down there.
Down there?
Mhm.
They call it a Sunjoy.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Put you on.
Okay.
Go try that.
All right.
enjoy.
Reese?
That's my order.
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty basic. Just like 12 count chicken nuggets, fries, mac and cheese, Chick-fil-A sauce.
Wait. Yeah, that's not basic.
Yeah, I get like 2 sides.
That's good. That's good. That's
Like
a
to
good
eat-
one.
Like to eat
Sauces?
Chick-fil-A.
That's it. Right? Okay.
Dang.
All right, come on, Jimmy.
I get the same thing. I always get the spicy deluxe sandwich with a large
I
fry,
was not expecting that.
and then I get I always get Mr. Pibb.
Huh? Who?
Mr. Pibb. You
That
know,
sounds fire.
it's like Dr. Pepper, but
yeah, Dr. Pepper.
Coke's version of Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
And then I always get like 2 or 3 ranches because I'm like,
Oh, interesting take. You dip the spicy sandwich in the ranch?
I save 1 for the sandwich and then 2 for the fries.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm from the Midwest, so
So
we
Where are
love
you
ranch.
from?
We love ranch. Metro Detroit.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, we love ranch in the Midwest.
You love ranch in Metro Detroit?
Yeah, I love ranch.
That's interesting.
all right, your turn.
I was about to say, hold on, now it's your turn before you start
Yeah,
judging.
okay. Relax. Okay. This is on a day where like I'm pretty hungry.
Okay.
I'll do a number one.
Can you explain what
A number
is?
one is just a regular sandwich. Leave the pickles, leave the butter on the bun. Medium fry. I'm going with Chick-fil-A and Polynesian, and I'm
Yep.
dipping in both every bite. That's
Okay.
kind of some
Respect.
fat shit, but like
No,
it's
respect.
really
No, respect.
good.
Polynesian sauce. I'm telling you,
It's so good.
that Polynesian sauce.
It's like you can get like sweet and savory.
Yeah.
Like it's
yeah,
fire.
okay.
Is good.
Diet
fire.
Coke always, and then on like a really hungry day, I'll add a 3 count of chicken strips.
Oh, okay.
Chicken nuggets or strips?
Strips, because
Specific.
the
You
said
strips
strips.
have like a
Just making sure. She said
different
strip.
flavor,
Okay.
like than the nuggets.
Interesting.
The batter's a little thicker,
Okay.
but it has like a more of like a tangier seasoning.
Hmm.
Are you guys into food?
I am. I
Yeah.
do love food.
Foodie?
Everyone got Chick-fil-A except for
Mm-hmm.
me because I was figuring out the issue.
I asked
Still don't know what the
you.
issue was, but we figured it out. So after talking about Chick-fil-A for probably 5 minutes, now they're all eating it. Smells really
This is
good.
officially the best podcast ever.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wish I had some right now.
You want a nugget?
Oh, I'm gonna get some after. Don't worry. So
What were we like
Well,
even talking about?
we were talking a lot about leadership, and
Mhm.
then we got into Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
which I'm not sure
Leadership
how.
of Chick-fil-A.
I'm not sure how
Because we were talking about your sister.
we got
too.
there,
Yeah.
but
Okay, so like my next question is, let's look forward. I know we looked back, but let's look
Mhm.
forward. You have a lot going for you. You had your injury that kind of stepped you back,
Mhm.
but you're rehab now.
Yeah.
You're stronger. Tell us about that. And I know you were telling
Yeah.
us you're going overseas.
Mhm.
And, what's the goal for you?
Okay. So, yes. A lot stronger than I was before, which is like really cool. Because rehab, I'd say, is like really hard mentally, just because it's like, I remember when I first got hurt, some of the women's basketball alumni reached out to me, like that also did an ACL, and they were like, we just want to let you know, like, rehab is a roller coaster. Some days, like, you're going to feel great, and then some days you're going to feel like you can't do anything. Like, but at the end of the day, like, you did get better. Like, you went in and you rehabbed and you did what you were supposed to do, so you got better. Rehab is a really cool thing to see. And I appreciate it a lot because I've been able to impact a lot of people. Unfortunately, our team has had multiple ACLs since mine. And I was really happy that I was able to stick around and help the other girls that went through injury. But yeah, my body is way stronger than it was before because you do have to start from scratch, but like you retrain and like you build all the little muscles like in your legs, all over your body, but specifically your legs with a knee injury, which is really cool. My calves are bigger than they were before. And you kind of just like have to fall in love with like your new, essentially like your new beginning. Like you can't go out there and just dribble or shoot that day. Or, like play pickup. You have to go in and be on the table and be in the weight room. And I kind of like fell in love with like taking care of myself, which was really cool. Like this new version of me. And the injury is like the worst thing. I've been grateful in my life. I had my ups and downs, but it was definitely the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And the lowest point of my life, like that I hit. But I'm so grateful it happened. Like I wouldn't change a thing about it because of who I am today. Like my perspective on life is so different since the injury.
Injuries are scary.
They
And
suck. Yeah.
Yeah, they suck. There's a lot of athletes that get injured, and it's a low. I was injured when coming in here.
Coming in.
Yeah,
that's
coming in.
tough.
It was hard. I didn't
What
know.
did you have?
I had a stress fracture in my hip.
In
Why
your
are you
hip?
looking at each other like that?
no, I was just letting him
Bruh.
know that I was going to say something after you were done.
Oh, okay. You guys are always laughing at me. Anyways, yeah, no, I had a stress fracture in my hip, and I was like really upset. I was scared to like tell the coach that I was gonna come in like with an injury.
Oh my gosh.
And it was, I think it was the greatest thing that happened to me too, just
Yeah.
because I am a lot stronger. I didn't realize like how I needed to take care of myself, and there were, overtraining is real, and it's like there's a balance. In high school, I was just a maniac.
Oh my
So,
gosh, yeah.
I grew my relationships. I got to like have private coaching with my coach.
Did you
So I
sit
got
out?
No, so I came back just in time for the season,
Okay.
and I ended up having like one of the best seasons ever because
Oh
of
my
the cross
gosh,
training.
yeah.
So it ended up being
Yeah,
like a
listening
good
to your
thing.
body's a real ass thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you need to be honest, and like pushing through is not smart when you get to a certain age. Like,
Yeah.
it's not the cool thing to like persevere like through injury. Like, that's
Yeah.
not smart. It's just essentially so dumb. Like, you're hurting yourself.
Yeah, I think a lot of people need to hear that. My
Yeah.
high school self needed to hear that for sure.
A lot of parents need to hear that.
That's so fair. Jimmy?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough back when I was a student athlete. Fortunate enough, I never got badly hurt, but I always wonder
When you were a rower?
what it would be like. Yeah, when I was a rower, when I played
Never hurt,
baseball,
yeah.
when I played basketball, flag football. Well, I'm still a flag football player, but yeah, that's why whenever I'm playing like a sports video game, I always turn the injuries off because
Oh my gosh, really?
yeah, always you have to.
What
Imagine,
do you mean turn
like-
the injuries
Like
off?
if you were playing like 2K and your best player gets hurt, yeah, turn him
That's
off
real.
so he can't get hurt.
But that actually happens.
Wait,
I know, but it's a video
You
game.
can turn them
there's
off.
injuries in video games?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? It's
That's
useless.
really
Right?
dumb.
Yeah.
It's interesting though how when you hit rock bottom, there's a new appreciation for the little things that
Yeah,
you necessarily don't
for sure.
think about all the time. Where it's getting up and walking to get something.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can't do that now, and it's not even just in the sport. You have a new appreciation for the sport, but like how
Everything.
you said in life, like it's little things. You can go on a walk. You're like you probably never really want to go
Yes.
on a walk, but now when you can't, you're like, oh, now I want to go
Facts.
on a walk, and I can't go on a walk.
Uh-huh.
But I can see how perception. Luckily, I have not been had to like a horrible injury like that. I know not
3 times.
I have broken my arm, and that was a weird
Ouch.
Like we've
scenario.
talked about that before.
Mm-hmm.
Radius kind of thing, or like elbow?
Radius, and that was not fun because like you put your identity in a sport, so when you're not able to play that sport, it's hard.
Oh my god, identity crisis.
Yeah.
Oof. Right into
But it's
that,
also
too.
nice to be forced to find a different one that you wouldn't have if you weren't injured.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like TV.
Yep.
Literally. It's happened to
Exactly.
me.
That's what I was gonna ask you about, like TV, FIM, stuff like that you're doing a lot of now.
Yeah.
Has that that's obviously something you want to keep doing in your future?
Yeah, for sure.
What is that kind of, I guess, journey been like? Because like that's something that
Mhm.
I think all three of us kind of want to do in some
Yeah.
form or another.
It's been like so cool to be involved in sports in a different aspect and like talk with coaches in a different way. It was cool for me because I broadcasted a couple of women's games, women's basketball, and I got to like talk to coaches that I played against for 4
Mhm.
years. And then now I'm like questioning them on the sideline about like the scout and stuff, which was really cool. And it's nice to be able to be somebody like in that role that really knows like how to talk to athletes, because I feel like as an athlete, there's definitely certain reporters that you dread talking to. And some of them like that just say like out of pocket shit. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I was happy to like be in a position to know like how to connect with an athlete because I literally just did it, like,
Yeah.
and was still doing it, which was so cool. And then like on the technical side of things, I learned so much, like specifically in production. Even like the smallest thing is like the headpiece and stuff.
Mhm.
I've learned so much like from over the past year with FIM that I'm super grateful for. And I loved TV. I loved like dressing up. I
Mhm.
loved like even the really hard parts about it because I was learning so much.
Yeah.
And I'm happy I got to do it in the manner I did because there was not a lot of pressure on me because I knew that I want to play basketball, you
Yeah.
know? So I was like building my resume, like I felt no stress, and like it made me realize like that's how TV should be. Like it looks really stressful and stuff, but like you feel the most confident when you're just loose and talking.
Just having fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
This is kind of similar, kind of, but not really. Did you see the Patrick Beverly interview with the podcast? He's like, "Did you subscribe to my podcast?" And she's like, "No." She's like, "Then get out. I'm not interviewing you, or you're not interviewing me."
That was weird. Like,
So weird.
That was weird. Like, yeah, that was like a dickhead move, but like, you're weird. Like the whole vibe is like, dude, like, what are you? Sorry, no one like knows what your podcast is.
The Pat Bev Pod.
Like, how would you think you'd respond to that scenario? Knowing as an athlete, because you always want to talk trash back, but as a reporter, it's kind of different.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, you have to know your place.
There's a transition now of being that reporter where you can't. Where you're used to talking.
I think you could
athletes.
say like I feel like knowing me like deep down, I would be like that's a little weird, and then I would just walk away like, or just like sorry. Like I feel like if someone like I don't know like that was he tried to like embarrass her basically like in front of like everyone in her industry, you know, like the interview was on him, but like those are her colleagues and like who she is surrounded by. And like, I know he apologized, but it's like, everyone's out here trying to do their job just like you are, you know? And I'm not really sure like what his podcast had to do with like her interviewing her, but yeah, it would be hard for me to bite my tongue at the same time. Be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Guys, my food's getting cold, so I'm about to start munching, and I
Yeah,
don't
they're
give a
all-
fuck.
They're all enjoying their
Shopping.
food while I just sit here. So I guess there's one question that kind of relates to our podcast.
Oh my god,
that-
you scared me. Okay.
Is it going to
No.
be the question we ask everybody?
That I asked
Oh, God.
everyone, yeah. So as with like the new
You
and I-
rephrased it every single way.
I know,
Every
'cause-
single time. It's kind of funny.
I mean, some people don't understand it.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
Did you ask Kylie this?
Yes.
All right.
So
I'll definitely be able to answer it.
So like with the new landscape of college sports, and obviously you're not a college athlete anymore, but you're still around the game, and with NIL and branding, and I guess with our show especially for these two more so than myself, we're trying to create a platform for student athletes and people to essentially pitch themselves and like get people to better know them as a person rather than just a student athlete. And as you're going into what you want to do with sports media, television, stuff like that, what would you say is like the one aspect of yourself that is most important to you and you think is like best for the industry? Like that you would want to best shed light on the
how would I brand myself? You should unapologetically be yourself and understand that everything's going to work out the way it's supposed to. Yeah.
It's money.
And to chill out.
And take a bite and relax.
And pour the poly on
And
it.
enjoy.
Trust the process. Eat Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. I mean, there you go.
Obviously, I love the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
Go Chicago Sky.
Angel Reese, no, right? They got Angel Reese, right?
And my sister.
Well, and your sister, yeah.
There's got Caitlin Clark. So we know.
Do you know another player on the Fever?
No.
Big Caitlin Clark fan. Big Angel Reese fan. Let me think. I've gotten into football because my boyfriend plays football, and like when he watches, like all he watches is like football highlights and stuff. So like, you know, YouTube is like the time to lock in. So like when it's YouTube hours for him, I'm like, okay, like one time I was like, maybe I should like really watch and like get into it. Cause like if I want to report, I need to know football.
Yeah.
I've learned so much just from watching like YouTube highlights on football. So I would say I can't like say I'm a front runner and say I like the Chiefs, but I'm a big Patrick Mahomes fan.
Fair.
Simply because of the way he just like is calm, cool, collected, and just delivers no matter what is going on. Like I think I knew I was a big fan of his when it was some game where he like the coach was trying to do something and he was like, no, like we're not doing that. Like we're doing this. And he fucking delivered and they scored a touchdown. And I was like, okay, yeah, he's it.
Has your boyfriend showed you Tavon Austin's highlight reel?
Wait, does your boyfriend play at Notre Dame?
He did. And then he transferred to LSU and then now he's at Ole Miss.
Cool.
So yeah, pretty cool. Got to see some SEC football.
Just means more.
Cool.
What?
Your boyfriend showed you Tavon Austin's highlight reel?
No.
What?
Maybe
That's crazy.
we watched it and I just don't know like who I was watching.
Did you show
It is.
Bailey?
Yeah, obviously.
What do you mean it's the highlight reel?
It's the best highlight reel.
We talk about football highlight reels. It's like that is the. If you ask,
And there's like a song,
boyfriend, what is the football highlight reel? 90% chance he's gonna say Tavon Austin.
and like there's a
Okay.
song that they play that like everyone knows that that's from the highlight reel.
Everybody?
What song?
I don't know what it's called. But like we know how it goes.
Okay, sing it.
But
I'm gonna text him and ask him right now.
Yeah. Text them and ask them what's the best football highlight reel. I'd be pretty.
who also delivered like that though?
Stetson Bennett
Tom Brady.
and Tom Brady.
The GOAT.
Yeah, no.
What is the best football highlight reel?
Yeah.
What is the football highlight reel?
The
I did. I capitalized the whole word.
the
The.
football highlight reel. The
Okay.
number
I don't know
one.
what else he would say.
He's got to like he has to say Tavon.
So you long distance?
Yeah.
Is that hard?
No, like surprisingly, I don't know. It sucks like when you like really start to miss each other. That
Yeah.
sucks. Like especially if you go through something hard. Like
Mhm.
we went through my injury and like he was
Oof.
there every single day.
Mhm.
And then like 2 weeks post op, he had to go back home because he was transferring,
Mhm.
and that was tough. But like if you communicate and
Yeah.
and like like that's your person, like you'll get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has its ups and downs, but like
Aw.
I think it's pretty tough.
you can't complain. It is. It's tough.
It's
Like,
tough.
just hard.
Yeah. It's like it just is like annoying. I guess it's just like when you're with the person, it's like, oh, this is the best, and then you just like have to leave.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like, ugh.
I fucking sob every time I have to leave. That's the part that's hard. It sucks.
My girlfriend does too, and then she's like,
Oh, you're
Yeah.
long distance?
yeah.
Aw, where? Like what? Where is she?
My girlfriend went to Miami of Ohio. She graduated last spring. Now she lives in Charlotte. She's a teacher, and she
Aw.
is moving back to Cincinnati, where she's from, next year for more work, but she'll be closer, which is good.
Okay.
But yeah, we've been two and a
When do I
half
get to meet her?
2.5 years, all long distance the entire time, which is kind of been tough.
I want to meet Bailey.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh my God. He said that.
Told you. He said
Wow.
he said Tavon Austin.
Yep.
Yeah.
West Virginia?
Yep.
Dang.
Told you.
You guys are right.
Please don't. They were right.
It's a thing.
He said, or Reggie Bush, USC.
That's a
That one's also
I was
pretty
wondering
good.
what else he was, but no, Tavon Austin.
Tavon
like,
Austin.
could go to, like,
You guys are funny.
he passed.
All right. Wow.
Okay. Wow.
Anything else from either of you two?
No.
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 No, because I can't ask a question without being.
No, we just said
Bro.
don't interrupt Jimmy. That's all we said, but it's okay. You can take it how you want. If you, I'm thinking. Let me think.
So we usually end with a prayer.
No, we're not there yet.
We're ending with a prayer after I just cussed this entire podcast.
Could have had, like, if you could wake up with any job,
Any job?
any.
Oh my God.
What would you? We need a fun question. What job would you?
Okay. Last one. Just because
Any
I
job?
get practice at 3.
I would be retired, living in the biggest house ever with everything I wanted, and I would dog sit. Like I would puppy sit.
What's your favorite type of
That's
As a
not a
job.
crazy answer. I love that.
No, that would be so ideal. Like to consider it a job still.
Wow.
Like dog sit for the mansion people? Or it's your
No,
mansion?
No,
it's my
it's-
mansion,
Oh.
and you can drop off your dog. I basically have a daycare. A couple dogs.
Okay.
A couple dogs a week. I love dogs.
Dara dog and drop.
Oh, I don't like that. Oh my God,
Yeah, that was terrible.
that could sound
Dog and drop.
like
Drop a
something
dog.
else.
Drop a dog.
Yeah, that'd be a
Drop
lot.
a
Of,
dog.
drop a
There's a
dog.
lot of poops to pick up though.
All
Drop a dog.
right. Well,
Drop a dime.
thank you for
Hey.
coming on. I apologize about the difficulties, but
Yeah,
It kinda
sorry
worked
for us
out.
smacking the
It
whole
kind of
we
podcast.
did
worked
get
out.
Chick-fil-A, so
This is a very,
think-
very fun podcast.
Yeah, this was lit. I love it.
Um,
Stay
did get
tuned.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we wish you the best of luck in the future
yeah.
Aw,
with what you're.
I actually seriously enjoyed this. Like, this is a
Thanks.
really good podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You've
I would
been a
tell you
very
guys
fun
if it was
guest.
asked. Are we gonna pray?
Yeah.
I probably should. All right, let's pray. Come on, let's gather.
Do you want to lead it?
It's on me. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. Dear God, thank you so much for gathering us here today, for the ability and opportunity to build relationships that we didn't know about. We all have the same goals, the same mindset, and thank you for the opportunity for us to come together and for me to be impacted by them and for them to learn some stuff about me, about anything that we talked about today, and honestly just for a good time. I pray that you put your hands over these people in the room and you protect them and you guide them. Help Reese with her team. Let her figure it out, guide her, and she's going to trust in you because it's through you. Help Jimmy just get through life. I'm kidding. Bless Jimmy and everything he's doing. He seems like a very hard worker from what I've seen. Bless Isaiah and his football and his studies and everything that he may encounter. Again, thank you so much for this opportunity. We pray this in your son, Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
That was awesome. Thank you very
Signing
much.
off.
That is the end of episode 17,
Let's get it. Love you, Ma.
the Golden
Thanks for
Ticket Podcast.
listening.
We'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.